Virgo, August 17th is not a normal day. It marks a breach window in the spiritual timeline, a thinning of the veil that allows interference to slip through. While others move through this day unaware, your field is sensitive. Your system knows. That tension you feel, that odd pressure in the air, it's not imagination, it's activation. This is not about fear. This is about foresight. You are not being warned, you are being equipped. August 17th opens a cosmic crack, an opening in energetic protection where spiritual interference is more likely. And Virgo, you're more exposed now because your frequency is rising. The more light you hold, the more visible you become. Not just to those who support you, but to forces that would rather keep you distracted, drained, or doubting. This is not the time to be passive. It's a time to be clear. This message is here to show you what's actually happening in the background, before it becomes chaos in the foreground. Because spiritual attacks rarely start with external drama. They begin in the energy field, through fatigue, doubt, irritation, replays of old guilt, subtle distractions that slowly pull you out of alignment. You are being given foresight, not as a burden, but as a shield. There are 3 spiritual attacks active during this window. Each one moves differently. Each one targets a specific part of your power, your sense of duty, your emotional clarity, and your mental peace. They don't arrive all at once. They weave in, often through familiar faces, convenient distractions, or reasonable requests. But what they really do is destabilize your field just enough to create access. If you don't know what's happening, you absorb it. If you name it, you neutralize it. By the end of this message, you'll have names, signs, and protocols for each attack. You'll know how to detect them before they spread. And most importantly, you'll walk away shielded, not shaken. But first, you need to understand why you are a target right now. Let's talk about the glow that makes you visible. You're not being targeted because you're weak. You're being targeted because you're luminous. Virgo, your frequency right now is sharp, clean, expanding. And in the spiritual realm, clarity shines, especially in chaos. That's why you're drawing attention, from both divine forces and dissonant ones. You hold a template of sacred order, of discernment, of healing structures. And whenever Virgo begins to ascend, the system of distortion notices. Not to destroy you, but to distract you. Because if they can't block your light, they'll try to bend it. If they can't silence your voice, they'll flood it with noise. Right now, your aura is under observation. Not because you're failing, but because you're shifting. Your field is recalibrating after months of endurance. You're stepping out of patterns and into prophecy. And that movement, it triggers interference. Maybe you've felt it already. Unexpected tiredness despite resting, strange emotional fog that wasn't yours, misunderstandings with people who normally get you, a pull to isolate, but not from peace, from confusion. This isn't coincidence. It's frequency backlash. Your nervous system is more receptive during upgrades. That's when the breach becomes possible. Not through big breakdowns, but through little, persistent disruptions. This doesn't mean you're under attack 24/7. It means your awareness needs to lead now, not just your intention. You don't just hope for protection, you become it. You don't just ask for peace, you anchor it. And here's something sacred. Even being targeted means the system knows your light is real. The shadows don't chase illusions, they chase power. So take this not as a threat, but as confirmation. You are in motion. Your light is noticed. And this is your moment to fortify, not hide. You won't be doing this blindly. The next chapter will decode the mechanics of how spiritual attacks actually operate, why they're subtle, and how they move from energetic interference into emotional collapse. We name the process now so it can't hide later. Spiritual war doesn't start with fire, it starts with fog. Not explosions, but confusion. Not violence, but vibration. Virgo, The first place interference moves is the energy field. Before your relationships spiral, before your clarity evaporates, before your body feels off, it begins in the frequency. Here's how it works. The system senses your rising coherence. That glow of alignment, it makes noise in the spiritual realm. It signals expansion. And that signal attracts interference, not out of punishment, but as a reflex of the polarity. Light activates resistance. At first, it's subtle. You wake up heavy, but nothing happened. You feel off in certain spaces, but can't pinpoint why. You think thoughts that don't feel like yours. I'm behind. Why bother? You hesitate in moments where you were once confident. These are not just thoughts. These are energetic intrusions, hooks designed to destabilize. Virgo, your mind is naturally analytical. But now, your spiritual hygiene must match your mental clarity. Attack doesn't always look like disaster. It looks like emotional loops that repeat an old version of you, people bringing confusion masked as care, delay that turns into despair, hyper-responsibility activated when someone else drops their own load. These aren't random. They are targeted entry points. How do they get in? Through energetic breaches, open cords with people you haven't cleared, unspoken guilt lingering in your system, overexposure to external emotion, scrolling, arguing, absorbing, unprocessed grief or internalized failure loops. Most of the damage happens before you realize you've been compromised. That's why awareness is your shield. You don't wait to be drained to protect your field. You seal it before it's touched. And now that you know the structure, it's time to name the first active form of spiritual attack. It doesn't come through chaos. It comes through guilt. Let's decode the first tactic. The guilt loop designed to pull you back into old roles. The first spiritual attack is one you know well. It doesn't scream, it whispers. It wears familiar faces and speaks in shoulds. It's the guilt loop. This attack doesn't shout, "You're failing." It murmurs, "You owe them. You should have done more. You're being selfish." It comes not to break you, but to bend you. Back into a version of yourself that lives to fix, please, overfunction, and abandon your own needs for someone else's comfort. You may feel a sudden urge to check on people you've already released. Old family dynamics reactivating out of nowhere. Emotional flashbacks where you were the strong one, the fixer. A heavy pull to explain yourself, even when you know the answer is no. An irrational sense of shame when choosing your peace. This is the guilt loop. It doesn't come from your soul. It's a programmed pattern, often karmic, meant to keep your energy tied up in debt that isn't real. The trap here is the belief that your peace must be earned. That in order to rest, you must resolve everything first. That in order to move forward, everyone else must be okay with your decision. That is spiritual enslavement wrapped in empathy. The guilt loop is a frequency leash. It's designed to loop your attention back to what's already been healed, keeping you busy while your true path waits, untouched. Here's how you disarm it. Step 1. Identify where you're shrinking out of obligation, not alignment. Step 2. Speak this out loud. I am not responsible for their chaos. Step 3. Send energetic release. No arguments, no explanations. Just release. The guilt loop will try to re-enter through nostalgia, through sympathy, through a well-timed text or emotional request. But you know now, that's not care. It's a hook. Virgo, your role is not to manage everyone's emotions. It's to steward your own clarity. When you hold your boundary, you break the cycle. And when the guilt can't pull you, another tactic steps in. It doesn't use guilt, it uses attention. Let's expose the second attack, energy vampires. The second attack is stealthier. It doesn't feel aggressive, it feels familiar. It arrives in the form of connection, support, even love. But beneath the surface, it's extraction. This is the energy vampire. Not all energy vampires know they're doing it, but that doesn't make them less draining. This tactic works because it hides behind kindness, concern, casual conversations that somehow leave you more tired than before. You might feel drained after a phone call that seemed fine, foggy or irritable after spending time with certain people, like you can't hear your own intuition after too much external input, like you're being emotionally monitored, not emotionally supported. The need to explain, soothe, or manage others' reactions to your truth. These dynamics pull energy, not through violence, but through subtle intrusion. Energy vampires don't always ask for much. They just pull your time, your clarity, your light. They interrupt your flow with just checking in texts or need you to validate them constantly, and every interaction leaves you a little less full. The trap? Believing that setting distance is cruel, that silence is unkind, that you're too sensitive for needing energetic space. But Virgo, sensitivity is not weakness, it's wisdom. It's the early warning system your soul designed for moments like this. Here's how to clear the field. Step 1. Identify who leaves you heavy, even if they say all the right things. Step 2. Close the loop. Use silence, space, or simple boundaries. Step 3. Visualize your aura mirrored. Any energy sent your way bounces back neutralized. Say this aloud. I don't need to explain my energy. You are not a faucet for other people's thirst. You are not a holding tank for their unprocessed emotions. Your energy is sacred, and now protected. Once guilt and drain no longer work, there's one final access point. It doesn't target your heart, it targets your clarity. Let's talk about the third attack, the fog that tries to blur your next step. The third attack doesn't speak in words, it clouds them. It doesn't push, it dulls. It doesn't demand attention, it scatters it. This is mind fog. It's the moment you forget what you were doing mid-sentence. The time you stare at a screen, knowing something needs to be done, but nothing moves. It's the haze that creeps in when everything should be clear. It's not exhaustion, it's interference. Mind fog is often dismissed as stress, but this form of spiritual attack is targeted. Virgo, your clarity is your compass. If a force can't distort your heart, it will try to scramble your mind. Confusion is a weapon, and you've likely felt it. Decision paralysis for things that used to be easy. Losing track of time in unproductive spirals. Feeling mentally offline for no clear reason. Compulsive scrolling or overstimulation. Starting 10 things, finishing none. This fog often enters through digital overwhelm, unprotected energetic merging with others, or looping internal thoughts fed by unresolved emotion. The trap? Pushing through it, trying to think harder. But this isn't a thinking issue. It's a grounding issue. Your soul knows what to do. But when the channel is jammed, your instructions feel unreachable. The answer isn't more effort, it's reset. Here's your protocol. Step 1. Ground. Place bare feet on the earth, or sit still with both hands over your chest. Step 2. Hydrate. Water clears psychic static. Drink slowly and with intention. Step 3. Breathe. Inhale for 4. Hold for 7. Exhale for 8. Repeat 3 times. Step 4. Disconnect from screens. Even 10 minutes makes a difference. Speak this aloud. My clarity is protected by presence. This fog isn't failure, it's feedback, and you've now learned to read it. Guilt couldn't hook you. Vampires couldn't drain you. Fog couldn't confuse you. So now, let's look at what happens when these attacks succeed, and what it takes to reverse them. A story of how one Virgo got caught in the loop and then broke free. She didn't notice it at first. It crept in like fog, quiet, unassuming. A Virgo, deeply intuitive, highly structured, the one everyone leaned on. But in the days before August 17th, something shifted. She started waking up tired, no matter how much she rested. Her inbox became overwhelming. Old emotions she'd already worked through resurfaced like ghosts. A text from a family member reopened a wound. A client call drained her more than usual. She blamed herself, thought she was regressing, but it wasn't regression. It was a breach. One by one, the 3 attacks took root. First, the guilt loop, feeling responsible for someone else's spiral. She sent long, emotional messages to fix it. Then came the energy drain, casual check-ins that turned into emotional unloading. She said yes to things she had no space for. Then, the fog. Tasks piled up, but her brain stalled. Nothing made sense. At the peak of it, she stood in her kitchen, paralyzed by indecision over something simple. Her hands trembled. Her thoughts raced. She couldn't find the center. Then came the crack. She sat down, closed her eyes, asked herself a single question. Is this mine? The answer was instant. No. She grounded, breathed, visualized a mirror around her, whispered, I release what's not mine. She put her phone on silent, drank water like it was medicine, stepped outside barefoot, reclaimed her clarity. Within minutes, her breath returned. A headache lifted. Her inbox felt manageable. She remembered who she was. Nothing external had changed, but her field had. That was the shift. From that day on, she didn't wait for attacks to escalate. She recognized the symptoms early. Guilt was met with sovereignty. Vampires were met with silence. Fog was met with grounding. Her peace returned, not because life got easier, but because her protection got stronger. This is not just a story, it's a template. Now that you've seen the pattern play out, it's time to install your defense system. Let's build your shield. One that deflects, transmutes, and guards. This is your shield. Not metaphorical, not symbolic, energetic, real, structured, active. Virgo, your frequency deserves protection equal to its power. And now that you've seen how spiritual attacks move, subtle, sneaky, patterned, you no longer wait for the spiral. You stop it before it begins. This shield protocol is built in 3 layers: deflect, transmute, guard. Layer 1, deflect. This is the outer shield, the mirror. Anything sent your way, projection, chaos, manipulation, bounces off. It doesn't enter. Visual. Imagine your aura surrounded by a reflective light, emerald and gold. Say, only love and truth may enter. All else returns to source, neutralized. Layer 2, transmute. Not everything can be blocked. Some energy makes it in, but instead of absorbing it, you transform it. Tools: breathwork, saltwater baths, incense or smudge, prayer, movement. Ritual: breathe deeply, 4-7-8, light incense or a candle, speak aloud your intention to clear. Say, I transmute what was never mine into clarity and strength. Layer 3, guard. This is the maintenance layer, where you set daily boundaries, cut cords, and reaffirm your spiritual authority. Daily habit: 1 minute of silence, 1 boundary held, 1 affirmation repeated. Simple practice: visualize scissors cutting all cords not rooted in mutual respect. Say, I guard my energy with grace. I am not a vessel for confusion. You don't need hours. You need intentional repetition. Just like brushing your teeth, energetic hygiene prevents buildup. It's not dramatic. It's devotion. And if you miss a day, that's okay. The moment you return to presence, your field begins to reseal. Energy responds to clarity. Now, how do you know it's working? That's what we decode next. The signs that you've not only blocked the attacks, but shifted timelines entirely. You'll know you're protected. Not because everything is perfect, but because nothing feels out of control. That's the first sign. Inner calm returns. Not forced, not fake, just quiet confidence, even when the outside is still catching up. Here's what spiritual protection feels like. You wake up lighter, even if you didn't solve anything overnight. You pause before reacting and choose silence instead of spirals. You say no without guilt and don't feel the need to explain. You notice the text that once triggered you and feel nothing. You receive unexpected clarity. In dreams, Numbers 777222. Sudden knowing. That's not coincidence. That's a recalibrated field. Your protection doesn't block life. It filters distortion. The drama that once hooked you now repels. The people who once drained you vanish or shift or reveal their true frequency. You'll also notice dreams become more vivid, synchronicities stack, numbers, names, signs. You get random boosts of energy midday. The need to fix, everyone fades. Your body feels safer, like it can finally exhale. But what if you don't feel anything yet? That's okay. Sometimes, the field adjusts before the mind catches up. Give it 48 hours. Observe your dreams. Watch how people respond to your silence. Tune in to how your body reacts to certain invitations. Your soul speaks quietly, but precisely. To maintain this protection, continue your breath work. Keep cords clean, don't reopen loops. Anchor daily with a single phrase. I claim spiritual clarity. Say it, type it, live it. And now, with your field restored, your awareness heightened, and your frequency locked, there's only one thing left to do. Speak the decree. Lock it in. Finalize your authority. Let's step into your last seal of protection. You've seen the patterns, named the tactics, deflected the breach. You're not in survival mode anymore. You're standing in spiritual authority. Virgo, August 17th is not a normal day because you are not a normal soul. You came encoded with divine precision, sacred discernment, and a role that dismantles distortion just by existing in clarity. This window was not just a threat. It was a training ground. And now you complete the cycle, not by running from attacks, but by speaking a decree so clear that the field bends around it. Stand or sit tall. Feel your spine align. Feel your chest rise. Speak this aloud. Calm, steady, certain. I am not available for energetic invasion. Again, I am not available for energetic invasion. This is not about fear. This is about frequency. This decree tells the unseen, your field is sovereign. Your aura is sealed. Your soul has reclaimed dominion over its space. Visualize it now. The Virgo maiden standing at the center of a green-gold vortex. Her robes flow, her eyes clear, her sword of light drawn, not to strike, but to sever illusion. She does not flinch. She sees everything. She says little, but her energy speaks for her. This is you now. Let that decree be your anchor, your compass, your firewall. And to lock it fully into this realm, type it. I claim spiritual clarity. This isn't performance. It's protection. It's alignment. It's the moment your timeline stops bending to distortion and starts responding to your inner structure. Let them watch. Let them retreat. Let them try again and find no opening. You are sealed. You are aware. You are already free.